What did DJs do whenever their wives leave for the day? They play with their equipment. DJ Paul here would like to talk about the GTD 733 microphone system. I've seen a lot of people give good reviews on this mic system, so I ordered one for a small church. They have a pretty basic sound system. They were using Radio Shack handhelds, which had lots of hand noise. You can't get more than 2 feet from the receiver before it starts buzzing out. So I figured, hey, this GTD is going to be a good replacement for that. It actually is a good replacement for that. Definitely for the price. It works a lot better than the Radio Shack system. Now the 733 is a dual system. You can get it in a dual handheld, you can get it in dual lavalier, or a combination, one handheld, one lavalier. And that is the unit that I bought. And I only had it for not even a day. I got it on a Friday and installed it on a Saturday. So I didn't have a lot of time to work with it. So I hooked it up to my system, which has a Sennheiser G3 system in it with a handheld and lavalier. So I wanted to compare that to the Sennheiser to see how it sounded. I thought by putting it in the kitchen that the structure and stuff would kind of emulate a lot of people, a lot of barriers, so a lot of reflectivity and signals, and that would be a good test to see how well the signal strengths work. So I ran all these into an XR12 digital mixer, no EQs, gates, or anything like that. Then I ran it into a EV ZXA1 speaker, which was sitting on a table about 2 feet from the iPad that I was recording with. So it wasn't a direct line into the iPad for recording, but I think it's enough that you can tell the difference in quality. Especially if you put some headphones on, you'll be able to hear that. So don't listen to this on computer speakers or anything like that, or your speaker and your iPad. Although, when it comes to the lavaliers, no matter what, you are going to hear a difference. The GTD has individual XLR connections for each mic, and it also has a mix out. So it has level controls on the front of the unit where you can mix those and just use one input on your board if you like, using a 1/4 inch connection. I don't remember if that's a TRS connection or not. It comes with a 1/4 inch mono cable. But once I had it installed, I had turned the level on the handheld all the way up, and on the lavalier I had turned it to about 9 o'clock, so I had to turn it way down. They were going into one of these 8-channel powered mixers, didn't have gain control on each channel. About the only thing you have on there is a 25 dB pad per channel. Once I got the level adjusted on the lavalier, then it gave us a good range to work with on their PA system. That's all I have. We'll go to the actual testing where you can actually hear the difference between. I'll tell you to stop. Okay, so we're going to start this video. We got the GTD 733 with a handheld and body pack. We have two Sennheiser G3s, handheld and body pack. We'll go through each one. Now look at that, right? That was interesting. There was a dropout on the GTD. Not really. Okay, see that? That's the body. When you mute the GTD, you'll see the little icon change there. Right now you see a little speaker with a mark through it. When I unmute this would be the top right one. When I unmute it, it goes to the speaker there. That's weird how it occasionally dips signal, and I'm only 5 feet away from it. They are separately diversified, so I've seen the antennas A and B flip side to side on the body pack when the handheld was solid on a single antenna. So I'm going to go outside and unmute some of these channels. There's a big difference in audio between the handhelds. I'll demonstrate that. Sennheiser, all right. Sennheiser. This is not Sennheiser. I'm just saying Sennheiser. Pull shock. This is the Sennheiser. This is the GTD. So you can probably tell the difference between those two. I'm going to shut these off, go to the lapels. Sennheiser. GTD. pull shock, pull shock, pull shock, pull shock, pull shock. That's the Sennheiser right there. This is the GTD here. Okay, let's go for a walk. Okay, this is the Sennheiser, and I don't know, it's probably 70 feet from the house, I don't know, 60. So take a look at the signal strength meters as I face the receiver and see how they're doing. I got about 2 bars on my Wi-Fi. Okay, here's the GTD. This is the GTD lavalier. This is the stock lavalier microphone that comes with the GTD body pack. Okay, this is the Sennheiser. This is the Sennheiser body pack, the G3. And this is the stock microphone that comes with the Sennheiser. I do not have a windscreen on it. I think it may have one built in, but I'm not sure how it's going to compare. I do see some wind noise coming through that. Although I see wind noise coming through the GTD lapel as well. Alright, so I can mute those. I cannot really mute my Sennheiser hand. Well, I guess I could. That is one thing about the Sennheiser G3, it's not easy to mute. Oh, there's the dog. He sees me. Alright, we're going to go to the back of the property. Maybe 200 feet from the house. As we walk through the marshland after getting all this rain. Okay, if I don't slip and fall in the mud, it'll be good. Alright, now this is the Sennheiser handheld. I'll switch over to the GTD. Okay, I think I've muted the Sennheiser handheld. It's an RF mute, so basically it just turns off the transmitter. Alright, we're going to flip over to Sennheiser G3 lavalier. Okay, here's the Sennheiser G3 body pack. Flip over to the GTD. There's the GTD body pack. Earlier I did not get a signal from this position, so I'm going to move. Earlier I did not get a signal from that position with the lavalier mic on. When I put the headset on, I did, so that was kind of weird. Alright, we're going to mute that. Now we're back to the Sennheiser G3 lavalier, and we're going to walk back to the house. Alright, now the Sennheiser's back on. The G4s do have a mute switch on the mic. Although that could be handy whenever you're doing weddings and people are doing toast, they're not going to mute it accidentally. Alright, back to the stump. This is the shooting stump. I think this is 25 yards from there to the back where I was. Alright. So as you can tell, the lavalier for the GTD sounds very tinny. Has a very narrow bandwidth on its audio, so it needs a lot of EQ. Needs some bass boosting, some mid cuts. Parametric would probably be good for this because there's a big peak and it's very narrow. If I had a peak noise generator I can put in front of that thing and get an EQ curve on it, then that would definitely be helpful. With that, the handheld on the GTD, very bassy. It almost has probably the opposite response as the Sennheiser, where the Sennheiser has a very high presence boost. The GTD has very low frequency boost. So some low cut should take care of that. So I just wanted to throw this together just to compare the difference between the GTD, $180 versus maybe $1,000 to $1,200 depending on where you get your stuff. I got some good deals on some closeout on the G3s since the G4s came out, so I did very well. I hope you enjoyed the video.